how should we call it? Yeah, that works. So in my mind, the grand vision is this thing is here. So yeah, so we're gonna make an attempt at building
something that works as an oven and a barbecue and a smoker maybe and maybe a maybe a and maybe a
yeah. But the idea came from we had some friends over last week and we didn't have a barbecue, but we were given a lot of pork meat by our neighbors. If you remember a few weeks ago, we went to pig killing. Anyway, so we were donated a lot of that meat and then we decided to barbecue it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a barbecue, but some of our friends in Tennessee had the brilliant idea to build a rock barbecue. And so we kind of took their idea and take it to the next level because we have a lot of stones left from our road build
and gray blocks.
and grave blocks as well. So we thought, okay, this concept works. Okay, let's elevate it.
Let's make it more manageable.
Yes.
Maybe so we can use it on a daily or weekly basis at least to bake something or cook something in an oven.
Yeah.
And let's see how it goes. But
Secretly, when I have to say secretly, and Dan doesn't know this, but there's a big part of me that is hoping that the oven or device that we're going to be building is going to be good enough to make some Saint-Viateur bagel. Now, if you're French Canadian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you are not, you should know that Montreal. Now, I know that I'm opening a debate with the New Yorkers, but Montreal makes the best bagel in the world, in my opinion. And finding bagels in Portugal is absolutely
they
impossible.
have them sometimes at Lidl. That's about it, I think.
Yeah, and there's a brand that also makes bagels, but
They're not really bagels, are they?
they're just
Round bread with a hole in it.
yeah, like a big disappointment on bagel. We've never done this. So again, it's a great project if you are thinking about doing something like what we're doing. You're gonna see lots of do's and lots of don'ts.
A lot of don'ts.
Anyway, first things first, we need to flatten this area up, as
Yeah.
Dan said, because when it rains, it pours here, and we wouldn't want our barbecue just to go in the river.
No.
So, Bry box,
Take one.
let's do it.
Let's do it. Fry box.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
I mean, even if this is the start of the foundation, and then who knows, we continue after the stove is done. We continue that, because you said we might have a deck in the back as well at some point.
The thing is, we could also do the whole, because we have enough stones, so we could do the whole back if we wanted to as a terrace.
Yeah. We don't have to do it again.
Yeah, that would be good. Super good day one. We got the base of it.
Good.
Okay, then, so we laid a foundation for the braai box. We've not found a better name, so let's call it braai box for now. So we laid the foundation for the braai box yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And today, pretty much, our objective is going to be to move a lot of gray blocks and kind of find the shape.
How it turns out and how many stones we have. But we have a certain limit amount of stones. we can use and that we have at the homestead, but so we can't really say how it's going to turn out. We might have a vision in our head. We haven't really shared the ideas, so I think we just have to go with the as we build.
Yeah, we both decided to keep our vision quite organic for this. Although we kind of have, both of us have an idea in our mind of what it'll look like, it's a bit our ways to manage our own expectation by not sharing the project with each other. Because the reality of it is, we're not too sure how many stones we can use that are big enough for the braai box.
And since we're Libras,
Decisions are not our forte.
Takes time, right? So
Yes.
we don't really decide it, and then we just now we're gonna build it and see what comes out of it, and we play around with the stones until we're happy with it, and see if we like it, and then we go from there. I think.
Well, we go from there, or the next day we go,
Yeah.
what if we did this and that and
Yeah.
that? But this week we have a mission to try to advance this part of the project as much as possible.
It would be nice to be baking some bread for the weekend.
Bagels. That's all I have to say. Bagels.
So let's start with these ones.
Yes.
And let's separate the corner ones. The corner ones have no
No edgy bits there.
exactly they're flat. So let's separate the corner ones from the because we can use those as end stones or whatnot. I don't know. We
Yeah.
have less of those.
Absolutely. They could be kind of like our front stones and or
Yeah. And they're also easier to half if you want to have a half stone.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Gray blocks. Fun.
One at a time, you have ready to carry.
One tip actually that we should tell you. If you're gonna be storing your blocks outside, just make sure that you move them carefully if they've been out for a while. Wasps have the tendency to build nests in there.
And spiders.
And spiders as well. So keep that in mind if you're going to be working with these gray blocks. Okay, our zone, boys. My zone, your zone. Tabain? Tabain.
No. Wait.
Silky, so we're going roundish.
Let's see how it's.
And do you suggest that we go with the full block or the half block?
I say we go with the full blocks.
Okay.
I think it will start something like that. Like on each side.
Okay, guys, the vision. Under here, what we're thinking is that it could be a really good area to either store logs or to do more like an enclosed fire if we need to. Here, we're going to have the stone box. And in this stone box, we can either, we can start a fire, basically, right?
Yeah.
And then we can either cook in it or cook on top of it. Or,
I have another suggestion.
let's see, Lambi.
If we leave a hole here
Yeah.
somewhere and we put the fire here,
Yeah,
then this becomes a smoke pot as well.
not a bad idea. We are now at the top of our property. And after a coffee, it's been decided that the best thing that we could do is actually come up here and assess the biggest stones that we have, right?
Yeah.
Doing this, it just means that it's going to help us really deciding the shape of the braai box. So these ones are quite big.
Yeah.
We have two big ones up here. You hear a dog crying in the back. It's Elroy. He's in the car. We're not letting him loose in this muck. For obvious reasons.
The rain takes down everything from the road. Washes down here.
Totally.
It's a bit of a-
Okay. Yeah, 58 meters square on 2 levels. That's the footprint that we could rebuild on. But of course, we need to go through the permit process and all of that before anything happens.
But just clearing everything out here, like Chicken Hill, it's gonna be like, holy shit, this is big.
Yes, there's so much silva and so much ivy and so much stuff growing on here.
Collapsed and
Yeah,
collapsed.
so we can really understand everything that we own, because right now we don't totally understand the size of that property, or I can't fully visualize it.
The parking should be up to that corner of that thing there.
That's, yeah, for sure, we agree on that.
All that flattens out and becomes a parking, and then the material area and offload for the delivery for the ice cream shop and whatnot.
Yeah, and this house also has a courtyard.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be 90 square meters, the courtyard.
Probably in there, and then you have the 90 meters going from there, right?
Let's start with this. Do we start with this?
Yeah. We started this.
But at least now we have a good amount of stones that we can kind of start visualizing the project a little bit. We've put them in different piles, so of course the stones that are quite similar, we try to make little bundles of joy with them. And kind of doing this is going to also help us decide whether we're going to be building the side of the brine blocks with gray blocks, or if we can do them with stones. So again, we're still going to be playing with patterns. No cement is going to happen today. And anyway, since there's rain forecasted for tomorrow, it's probably not a good idea to cement anything.
It takes a while for the cement to dry now, so I think we need to be on the morning side of things to start the cement morning, midday.
Yeah, and right now it's around 3:30, 4 o'clock, so it might not be a good idea to start cementing.
Which means also it's just 2 hours of daylight, after that it's just pitch black.
But anyway, it's a good idea. Like, our plan right now is kind of to finalize or have a better understanding of how we're going to be laying out the situation down there, and yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. We know that we have two really, really good stones that are,
The precious ones.
call them the keystones. So we have two keystones that would be excellent as a base, either for the oven or as a top for the grill. Now, it's a bit hard to explain how we're doing things because we're still figuring out.
We don't know ourselves yet.
We don't know ourselves yet. So if you're feeling lost, join the club.
It's free, sign up. Yeah, the problem is to have them standing up.
Yeah.
Without collapsing. But you have to also remember that we're going to have fire in there, and it's going to be expanding and retracting, expanding and retracting.
So as little joints as possible.
Yeah.
I hear you. Sometimes having joints, it's not a good thing. So what about if you recess it a little bit?
I don't like these cuts they have here.
No, I don't either.
But it's on that corner as well.
I like the mantle that it creates here, though, the 2 dimensions.
Yeah. But shall we have the dimensions the other way? So it sticks out? Shall we try that one?
Yeah.
We push this one back?
Put it back where it was? Or
I just push it.
Good, yeah. Okay, well, A plan is starting to emerge out of this.
Yeah, we have a
Blah.
mine. It's very heavy. Yeah, I think we have a.
We're starting to have a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really
that's
don't
gonna be
know how
good.
this video is gonna turn out because it's like, oh this, or maybe this, or maybe this. Let's see. So what we're kind of thinking right now is to use these stones and clad the whole exterior with it. And then yeah, it's gonna look very local. It's gonna be matching the road, and it's also gonna be matching the stones that we have inside for our fireplace. Elroy, this is not a good place for a small boy.
Don't worry about it.
Call for dinner. I'll be back with you in just a few seconds.
I like though the idea of having the thick stone here and then finish it off with a thinner one to kind of create the illusion of
I really like that as well.
difference.
Yep. I'll go.
Yeah, I don't know where to be myself.
Should I start picking up some rocks because you were talking about using rocks to fill the cracks up, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna need some of that for sure.
Okay, so I'll go and pick some rocks.
That we have plenty of.
Yep. Now, at this point, if you're one of those who thinks we're doing it all wrong, well, you're right. Totally. I mean, most pizza oven, exterior barbecue, or bread oven, or dry box would need to be built with a special type of cement and mortar mixture, right?
I would guess, yeah.
You'd probably also want to use some kind of fire bricks. But the reality of it is, guys, we are self funded. So we're doing our absolute best to progress our homestead with the materials that we have. Now, what we have are stones, a lot of them. We have gray blocks and cement and sand. But we don't want to encourage any wrongdoing. So if you've done a really awesome pizza oven or braai box that you're very, very proud of, feel free to come to our Facebook group, Simple Life Portugal, and share your project, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the reality of it is We never want to encourage wrongdoing, but we are looking for ways to progress our homestead on a very limited budget. And for this fry box, the cost so far is absolutely zero.
Big fat zero.
That's the way we like it nowadays. Did you find it cool? You have to search. Yeah, but you have to search. Go and find it. I don't have it. Look at Elroy. Look at Elroy. Look at Elroy.
Stevie, get up. Hello, Brio.
Oh! Hey,
Bom
Mama!
dia, Brio.
Hey, Mama! Hi!
Jason,
Hi, Mama!
it's all good.
Oh, good. So if you guys noticed, but Elroy's mom is here now. One of the really good things, although we got Elroy quite young at 5.5 weeks, which is standard for the breed. The mom does come and visit very often. And yeah, she's very, very well cared for. And anything that we can do to help her put on a bit of weight after giving birth.
Extra energy.
Extra energy. I mean, today we saw her. She was way up on the mountain there herding the goats. Now she's done working. She's coming to say hi. And her two puppies are gone, right? Her two other
Yeah,
puppies.
the two remaining ones as well was yesterday, I think. They came and picked them up.
And Elroy is
Oh,
always
today.
so happy to see his mom. Always so happy. And he gets that extra socialization that he needs. And so does Mason, because Mason is not really awesome with other dogs. I mean, we got him in COVID time. So I think we had a big fear of people in COVID time. And maybe Mason picked that up from us a little bit.
She's so strong.
She's so strong.
Nothing against it.
I don't know. I mean, we can see it like Elroy, even though he's just a puppy, whenever he bites, like his jaw is so incredibly strong.
I think it's Brio I have on my Facebook profile as well.
It
Right?
is. It is
Right,
when she was so
a-
tiny.
Yeah.
When we came on holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we decided, damn, this place is awesome. Let's move here. And there she is again. I she's not producing much milk now. Just but it's good that Elroy gets to see his mom. I mean, we really do think that Elroy has the best possible situation, you know? His mom and dad are just living 200 meters from us.
Yeah.
And then if he wants to later, he can go and herd some goats. If he doesn't want to, he can lay by the fire.
Shall we get stoning?
Let's get stoning. Why are you not with the goats? Ah, he was funny. So funny because usually these dogs, they don't like to have their head or their ears touched. But we've been playing with them so much that they're totally fine. The only thing that she won't allow is to grab her head in our arm and to give her kisses. She doesn't like that. She starts growling when we do this. Oh, bah. See, bah.
Okay.
Enough with the dog. Back to the braai box. Then yesterday we put the second layer of stone on there.
Yeah.
And then we cemented it in place.
Yeah.
We've also done a special trap here, which is, I'll let you explain it.
It's just well, it's dual purpose, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. First and foremost, I guess the plan was to have it as for the smoke to get up in the box, so we can cold smoke things while we're having a fire down there. And the other thing is that we can, with the bread or something in the box itself, we can always rake down the coals in the bottom.
Okay, so we're building the box.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Well, guys, this thing is going to need to dry for a minimum of 48 hours. Right, Dan? And today is Friday afternoon. This means that with the time of editing this video and all of that, this is all you'll get to see this week. And next week, we're starting the kitchen. So we still have some work to do on this, notably patching up some cracks. Of course, like doing the outside work here. But for this week, this is all we have the time to do.
Yeah, and we need to make a door if we want to make it use as an oven, and I think maybe that door is going to be built at the same time or during the time as we build the kitchen, because that's when we have the wood out and the machines out for that.
Yes.
We're not gonna take out the stuff now just to make a door.
No.
Simple as that.
No, exactly. So this thing needs to dry a minimum of 48 hours, but in 48 hours, we're going to be starting the kitchen. So this project will be put on pause for a little bit,
Yeah.
but it will definitely be used. So far, I have to say, I'm pretty happy with the results. What do you think?
I'm super happy with it. I think it's gonna work well. We have a good foundation for, I don't know, the open fire thing.
Yeah,
And we still have a good surface for the bagels and a good surface for barbecuing
exactly.
or frying. I don't know if that's done frying.
Yeah, it needs to dry. We need a shower. And you guys need to carry on with your day. So thank you very much for watching. See you guys next week.
See you next week.
We're building the kitchen next week.
Stick around for that one.
Oh, yes, stick around. It's going to be amazing.
I think it's gonna be a longer project. It's gonna be for sure 3 weeks, minimum 3 weeks.
Yes. Because the kitchen that we're building, we're not buying module. We're not doing the IKEA buy module install and say we build a kitchen. No, we have a pile of wood and we're going to be building it from scratch.
Small tongue and groove, and what's left of the studs, we need to figure something out with that. We probably have to fabricate a lot of the materials as usual, but it's gonna be a completely from scratch build kitchen.
Yes,
So if you're
and
planning on doing the same in tongue and groove, I suggest to stick around and learn a thing or two.
yeah, and it's our second kitchen build. From our experience, when we did our kitchen in the flip, it took us 21 days to do. So we're thinking that the kitchen project is definitely going to be extended over 3 weeks,
Minimum 3 weeks.
minimum 3 weeks. But then after that, it means that we can cook in the kitchen. Oh my God. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for watching us. See you next week in the
See you next
kitchen.
week.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.